Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Out of the 800 homes attic to basement estate cleanouts worked in over 15 years, I would say only 10% were decorated in very modern furniture. 70% were more traditional decor with antique pieces mixed in. 10% were stuck in a time warp from a decade between 1950 to 1980, and the final 10% had no style at all, as the owners collected anything and everything. The first house is in Montgomery Village, Maryland, and the woman had lived there since 1967 when the home was brand new. She had metal wall-hung candle holders, a few modern upholstered chairs, and one chair made of molded wood. Hanging in the dining room was a star light. She also had parquet floors in great condition along with oriental rugs in each room. A lot of the furniture was by Drexel. In one room was a bookstand that was round and revolved around. I had only come across square revolving bookstands before. Notice the dulcimer hanging next to the upright piano in the photos. In the basement was a small snowblower for her very short driveway, next to 10 boxes of financial papers that I took away to be shredded. This house was about 1,400 square feet of living space with 2 bedrooms. One bedroom had been turned into an office. I was called in a month after she died. It took 21 hours to clean out this house with a helper, plus I took some clothing to Chic consignment in Gaithersburg. I was consigned clothing for a client. I filled out the paperwork so the checks went right to the executor. Sometimes it would take 6 months for the consignment contract to run out, and I would have billed the estate immediately after finishing the work in the house and been paid, and probably done more than 30 houses in the next 6 months' time. New Mind Transfer came one day to pick up furniture and deliver it to Weschler's auction in Washington, D.C. The next day, Junket Dump It came in to pick up trash in one truck and take items to certified packaging in Jessup, Maryland, that were going to South Carolina, where the executor lived. The next job had a more traditional decorating style in a house in Silver Spring, Maryland, near the Washington Beltway. It was built in 1939 and had 2,000 square feet and 3 bedrooms. I was recommended by an appraiser to the nephew, who was the trustee. The woman had died 3 months earlier. The contents of the whole house were going to charity except vintage and designer clothing that I took to a specialty shop that bought those types of clothing. My helper and I worked 3 days here. In this home was a Japanese Madonna in a lucite box. That was a first for me. This woman was not of Asian descent, but obviously liked the culture. She had lots of oriental rugs and books in this house, like in the previous home. I wonder now that more people are reading, using tablets for e-books, how long it will take for homes to be rare that have large collections of books, like I ran across often in my work. Notice the sheer curtains at the windows. That was a window style of my parents' generation, I think, that is disappearing. The green plant in the Chinese planter is silk, although it looks real. I had to touch it to realize it wasn't live. The chair with blue and white patterned fabric is upholstered in an unusual way. The backrest is a more dense pattern of the same colors as the seat cushion. The sewing box shown is quite large, and the drawers pull out at the top and to the side like steps. I like the 6 black and white prints of houses, and a de Grazia painting in another photo. That will do it for this episode. I want to thank everyone watching this. I am amazed that I've done 65 videos over the last year. Subscribe to be notified of the next one when it comes out. Please come back next week.